I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense we all subject to. I find my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles that gotta sit. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate the cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever, evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. There I try, I might lose my mind, but it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine.
Oh man. So, just to let you know, I'm gonna to be a lot of doc references this entire episode, just so we're clear.
Alright, I'm clear.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay. I can tell the nervousness on your face.
No, this is my normal face.
No, it's your nervous face. I've known you too long. This is your nervous face. Relax. What is that?
That's me relaxing my face.
I'm not asking you to relax your face. I'm just asking you to relax, period.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay?
Alright.
Alright,
Chill,
cool.
chill.
Okay. Welcome to Clueless Vino, a show where a guy like me drinks wine, man, try to find wines that I like, and while I'm doing it, chit chat with some guests. Today I have, oh man, I have my best friend. More importantly, I have a newly minted doctor in the Clueless Vino layer or upstairs.
Yeah.
Brittany Lopes.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah, it's you, man.
It's me.
Yeah.
In the flesh.
It,
I'm glad you told everyone we were best friends. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
anything that was going to get through you? You think we would have to tell the story yet again eventually?
No, I
Okay.
thought you were gonna just ignore it.
Well, okay. Well, no. I'm yeah. But, you know, I give the guests a chance to tell us what you do and who you are and things about you. So, floor is yours.
Oh wow. Okay, so like you said, I'm actually Dr. Brittany Lopes.
Look at you.
Right,
See, there
so,
we go. There we go.
I'm currently a middle school associate principal in just recently defended my dissertation. So I'm a doctor in education. I can't save your life or anything like that.
We don't know.
Well, I am CPR certified. Actually, I think it's expired.
Oh.
So I have been working in education for 10 years now. I was an 8th grade civics and economics teacher.
Nice.
And then a dean, an AP, and now an associate. And now I have no idea what else I'm going to do.
Okay. But you had so many options.
Yeah, I guess the doors are open.
Could you kind of tell me like what the difference is between a dean
Yeah.
and you said an AP?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can be an administrator without actually having, this sounds terrible, but without finishing your whole like administrative program. It's kind of like trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
However, I had finished my master's, but you don't have to have your license yet. So it's kind of like they're testing the waters. Here you can try to be an administrator, see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But in my building, my principal's like, we're not doing that. You're just gonna do everything else that the APs do.
Okay.
And so you're still on a teacher's salary,
Okay.
but you're doing all of the administrative work. So just think about that. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. We want you to keep it out.
Yeah.
Uh,
So then I got promoted to an actual assistant principal, and so I kept my same office because I stayed in my same school,
right.
and I did almost the same things, but I got paid a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then I became an associate, which is like one step under the principal,
Mhm.
and so now I do like the master schedule and some of these other things. And when she can't do or go to meetings, I step in for her.
So is that similar to like a vice principal?
Yeah, that's what assistant principals and vice principals are like synonymous. It just
Okay.
depends on where you're at.
Okay. Yeah, because we have to, I think we named call ours vice principal.
I think I did when I was in middle school too.
Yeah.
Mr. Saunders.
Nice. We not in the same area, but 757, obviously.
Hashtag.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on. I want to wear something special
Okay.
for this episode.
Okay.
So you know.
Is it the pink sweatshirt that you're wearing?
Kind of.
Okay.
But the sorority. that you're in.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the,
I am a proud member of
Right.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
also known as ACA.
to Brandon, yes. And also one of the chartering members of the Tall Delta chapter at Randolph Macon.
Mm-hmm. So, it's not quite the green.
Okay, I'm excited.
I don't think it's quite the green, which I'm kind of upset about. It's hard to find.
To find salmon, pink, and apple green?
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked that up. I was like, nah, we're not gonna get that. But I did. I got.
Oh, yeah.
No bandana.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You have merch?
This is not real merch.
You're popping.
This is not real merch. But when I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also
wanna do
wore
hats.
something special.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to take off my sweatshirt.
This isn't that type of podcast.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Just know, everyone, underneath my shirt, it says finished Doctor of Education.
I follow the person that made that.
You do.
You want to give them a quick plug?
Okay, so it's TL Creations 20 on Instagram, and she makes everything custom. She makes all of the shirts that Curtis and I want customly done. Customly.
I'm an English major and I'm just letting it go.
I just told you guys we got a doctorate degree. She made us like some Juneteenth shirts. She's made everything we have. So if you need something, and I also got Anna's Muggle cup done from her for Anna's bachelorette. So she's awesome.
Right, hit those. They are not around anymore.
It should be.
So you have places to be, so you can't do too much. So we're doing 2 today. We're gonna have a nice conversation.
Okay, I can't wait. I'm excited.
So I'm also trying something new. I wanted to pre-pour because I feel like I take a long time with the pouring and like the opening the wine, and y'all watch me struggle, and I think y'all laughing at me.
I was laughing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, relax. But so I just wanted to pre-pour stuff just to be on the safe side and try to save some time. So I got.
Karen.
I know. Listen. So look. As we were talking, I was like, "Who is it?" And I saw the name. I was like, "Oh God." And this is no not the Karen. What's her name? Birmingham. Karen Birmingham. Yeah. She sounds like a nice lady.
She does.
Clarksburg. Where's Clarksburg? Do you know?
Is it in Virginia?
I don't think so.
Clarksburg.
It
sounds like something.
Oh, California.
I'm not allowed to curse, am I?
You've seen enough to know. Adam was wilding on him.
Adam cannot stop cursing. No offense, Adam, when you see this, but I've watched you coach basketball.
Adam was wilding on him. So it's whatever. Casey cussed last week too.
Oh, well, she was classy. So I didn't hear the cursing. She looked great.
She asked right before saying it.
Okay.
Karen Birmingham Pinot Grigio. We had a Pinot Grigio last year.
Pinot Grigio is awesome.
Yeah, and I was super shocked at how good that Beauty and Chaos was. I crushed that later on. So I wanted to do another one, man. So yeah, Karen Birmingham.
Karen.
Yeah, Pinot Grigio. This is another one of those naked wines. You ever heard about naked wines?
I've seen you talk about them.
Yeah, they really should sponsor me.
think
Naked Wines is like it gives you like bulk wines from independent winemakers. You get 6% off market price. So
Shout out to Naked Wines.
Yeah, really.
You guys should sponsor him.
Really. And
he has merch.
This isn't merch again officially. It's
okay, but it's like kind of.
But yeah, so Pinot Grigio, man, it's 12% alcohol. Solid. That's a little bit on the low end though, than normal. But I wanted to.
So it's like perfect for day drinking.
Yeah, that's what I noticed about like Pinot Grigios.
Curtis loves the Pinot Grigio.
Yeah. Yeah. Pinot, yeah. I think like all white wines are like that though, but they're really good for maybe not all, but like most of them are like really good for like outdoor drinking.
Yeah, nice crisp summer day.
Yeah.
Except for I do not drink a Chardonnay.
You too?
Yeah.
Casey said the same thing.
Like I said, she's classy. We know.
I don't.
Chardonnay is not good.
It's not bad.
It is though.
It's not bad. Oh come on, man. Red. See the way you feel about Chardonnay is how I feel about like most reds. I do.
I feel like.
No. It's just because like they. I don't know. They just that. Just.
That's what I like. But I have had some unoaked Chardonnays that are good. Like they were in like steel barrels or something.
She said the same. Dog. She was like, if it was from I think she said if it was from a steel barrel, she could drink it. Or maybe it was a vice versa.
I can't drink an oaky Chardonnay.
Oh man, y'all are weird. But I'll just be drinking too, so that matters.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you want to, before we take a drink of this, would you like to tell people how we became best friends?
Oh my God! So what a great story.
Or how you forced me to be your best friend.
Okay, so you just threw me off. What a great story. The beginning of our friendship. It was mutual. Brandy and I. Brandy, you guys can call him that as well.
Wow.
We were.
Let me set this funeral up. This is crazy. Your funeral. Do you want it to be like this next weekend? Because the turnaround time is easy for me. I know people.
Okay, so I will first start by saying I never call Brandon Stick. I don't think I've ever called him that ever. So. I've never done it. We were at Randolph-Macon. It was my birthday in 2007, August the 31st. And I saw Brandon from around the way.
So, Randolph-Macon freshmen apparently have to go through icebreakers because it is actually smart. In hindsight, it's smart because you're taking a bunch of people who are outside their normal environment after 18 years and throwing them into a different spot. So, yeah, let's try to, make new friends, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
At the point, you know me, I'm not a people person now at all. But even back then, I was like, it was worse, I think, for me. I wasn't really.
Yeah, you seem more of a people person these days.
Yeah, I still don't like people, but, being around people, but like.
Yeah.
These group of friends, and that's it for me. And mainly with high school friends, because I was like, oh, whatever. So, yeah, I'm just standing there.
Standing there, minding his business.
Yeah.
And I just felt like because the point was for us to make new friends, I was going to do so. And, I mean, I'm sitting down, but I'm also quite tall. Not as tall as Brandon, but tall.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like we could conquer the world together as friends. So I said...
Verbatim. Go ahead, tell him verbatim what you said to me.
I believe it was, hi, you're tall, we're going to be best friends. And then I left.
You did introduce yourself to me.
Oh, I did say my name.
Hi,
I don't recall.
Hi, I'm Brittany. It's the high-pitched voice. Hi, I'm Brittany. You're tall. We're going to be best friends. Okay, bye.
But see, what happened?
We didn't immediately become friends.
It doesn't matter. I didn't say we're going to immediately become best friends. I just said we're going to be.
We just how do we I remember now. But we didn't immediately start hanging out or whatever.
No.
It was gradually, and then it blossomed into this friendship where now we're sitting around about to drink wine.
Hey,
so,
that's the best kind of friendship.
Yeah, that's what 14 years later?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We look great for 14 years later. As the kids say, the glow up. Do they still say that?
I don't know. I'm not a kid.
Okay. So I have to shake it?
Yeah.
Snicker?
Yes. Yeah. Really fruity.
Smells like grapes.
Really fruity. I like white wines too, because it's just it looks better.
What?
Yeah, I think it looks better.
Really? You think it's like aesthetically it's nicer to look at?
Yes.
Are you kidding me? A deep red? Doesn't it just make you want to...
No, it reminds me of the anime I watched when they sliced the dude's
I don't
throat
know,
open and then the blood started popping out. That's what it reminds me of.
Never
I also enjoy the blood of my enemies pouring out. However, you're not going to do the toast. You're not going to do nothing. You ain't watched none of these shows, have you?
I have watched
You
them,
ain't watched
but you can't put
none
a
of these
wine glass
shows.
in front of me and then I just... Okay. Cheers to 14 years.
You about to get fired.
In your wonderful podcast. I told you, I like a Pinot.
That's good though, man.
That is, I'm sitting in an Adirondack chair.
I'm sorry, what?
Adirondack chair. I hope that's how you pronounce it.
What is that?
It's those wood chairs that are like, and you're like, and it has the arms like this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What's it called? Just one more time for me.
Adirondack.
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 Spell it.
I don't think I can.
This degree is looking more and more
faulty
as we continue.
I don't want to certify or stamp something and then everyone that's watching is like, that's not how you spell that.
The comment section would be like,
right.
No.
I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, but they're not cheap. Because I want some around my fire pit, and they're like $200 a piece.
Nah, you gonna get these fold out chairs.
That's what I'm saying.
And fall into that. Nice and comfy.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the journey to the PhD, because
sure.
For me, right, I would have loved to, in my mind, right, I would have loved to be like, oh, let's go for a creative writing, writing master's degree. But just it's taxing to think about going for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Max, obviously.
Sure.
To get another, you know what I'm saying? Because school is one thing when I'm playing sports, right? I'm like, balance, I have something to look forward to, yada yada yada. But like, when it's just school, and then I still have to like work on the side and stuff. This whole thing was like, it's not for me. So for you, you're doing 4 more years.
Yeah, I did 3 years in a master's, and then 2.5 in the doctorate program.
You know what I'm saying? And when did you start back up?
So we graduated in 2011. I started my master's in 2014, because the master's in educational leadership, you have to teach for 3 years before you can go into it.
Okay.
So I went then, finished in 2016, and then started my doctorate degree in the summer of 2018, I believe, is when I had that knee surgery. It was my first class. Curtis had to drive me because I had that leg brace on.
Yep.
And so we'll graduate, and I do this because they just told us that commencement was virtual in May of this year.
It's still graduating. It's just,
Yeah, I'm having a whole breakdown, so I don't want to go there.
We'll get back to it.
So the journey there, right? So I guess as a teacher, I was young. I was 21. I just turned 21. I'm teaching 8th grade. And I started to notice that, like, in the school I was working in, I don't like to use the words high risk. I think it's ridiculous. Kids are not high risk. It's not a disease. But it's a population of kids with a lot of students that spoke different languages, students from lower socioeconomic populations. And I felt like there were so many things I needed to do for these kids, but I only taught 6 classes, so I was reaching 150 to 175 kids. So I started doing stuff outside of my classroom, coaching the step team, coaching the soccer team, all kinds of stuff.
The step team is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, don't even get me started.
Just because of your rhythm.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but anything for the kids, right?
Right, yeah, for sure.
So I started to see things like in a bureaucratic lens that I did not agree with education. So I was like, okay, I have to do something so that I can evoke more change. So let me go get a degree so I can be an administrator and like really help children in a different way.
Because you feel like you can touch more lives.
Correct. And I feel like kids that look like us spend a lot more time in their administrator's office than kids that don't look like us.
Right.
And so I felt like I have to continue to be a champion for kids. So I went and got that degree, and the summer that I finished that, I had gotten double knee surgery. So I was like interviewing and trying to get a new job. My dad's like driving me to Arlington, and I'm interviewing for all these jobs. And I actually got a job in Williamsburg.
Oh, wow.
But it was like, the pay was not that great.
Right.
And Williamsburg is not cheap to live in.
Not at all.
So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then I was like, am I going to live at home? I was dating Curtis. Like, I can't live at home. It was just like a strange time. So I ended up getting a job in and so I stepped into administration in a school very similar to where I was teaching.
Right.
And really felt like, okay, I can do this. I can make a difference for kids, and I can change the way people see assistant principals. Like, I don't have to be mean and nasty and ugly and sending kids home for 10 days at a time. Like, I just felt like I could do things for kids differently while still disciplining them, like changing the way kids saw themselves so that their behavior wouldn't put them out of school.
Right.
So I'm a big believer in like the why. So my parents are awesome, and they paid for my master's, and my mom has always said, like, if you're going to be an educator, you have to be like the epitome of an educated person. And you need to just keep going. And I'm always the youngest administrator when I walk into a room, and I'm a female, and I don't like to say female. I'm a woman, and I'm black. So I already have stuff stacked against me.
Right, yeah.
So they were like, if you do this one last thing, if you go back to school one more time, we'll pay for it. We just want to see you do everything we couldn't do. So how do you turn that down, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's
so I'm like,
let's just get it, you know?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, fine. I will apply, and if I get accepted, I'll do it. So I remember going into my Virginia Tech interview, and I was the youngest person coming in. And, like, there's a whole bunch of people in my cohort who are amazing. They're principals already. And I said to the two people that run the program, I said, am I going to be able to do this with them? And they're like, that's up to you. Do you think you can do this? So I was like, I can do anything for kids. So that was it.
That's good, man. Mm-hmm. And you just finished up recently.
Yeah, so I spent 2 full years taking class, working full time. So I did the same thing for my master's, working full time, going to class at night. The pandemic hit, and so my program has 16 of us are in a cohort, and so we did all of our classes together. So we became a really tight-knit group of people. But when COVID came along and ruined everything, we started to have class online, and stuff went from, you have this cohort of people to, you're kind of doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
We're always on the text line together, but now it's you got to do this on your own.
Right.
And so I spent 2 years doing that and started my research kind of in May, and finished my paper just recently. Yeah.
Now, you had told me that so how dissertations work is you're basically defending is it a theory, or is it your view on education?
So you pick a topic, most programs, that if you're writing your own dissertation, some programs you do a capstone and they give it to you. You pick a topic that you're passionate about. So for me, I'm all about educational equity and making sure that culturally relevant instruction is happening so that everyone feels connected to what they're doing.
Right.
But part of that comes from, do you have a diverse group of people educating students?
Right.
90% of the time, you don't.
Right.
So I knew I wanted to do something with that. So I had to take that, and we had to kind of funnel down, what was that going to look like? So I took that broad, this is what I think, into creating a study that was going to show me, what I was thinking. So my study took me to, what does the Commonwealth of Virginia, all of the middle schools in here, what are the demographic makeups of teachers and students, and then what do SOL scores look like based on who's teaching who?
Gotcha. So basically, it's basically creating a statue. So you use the big slab of marble, and you're just chiseling it down until you get down to your final.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then you find out what's really happening.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I was about to say on Twitter or on social media. One of the questions that almost always pops up every year is, when's the first time you had a black teacher?
Yeah.
And so and for me, I got lucky because first grade was my first. Mrs. Brown, she was my first black teacher. But then we go, I don't think I had another one until maybe middle school. Music, obviously, was a thing, and my gym teacher was in elementary school. But as far as the gym, right, the economic ones, the academic ones, that are your core learning thing. I don't think I had another one until middle school. And so, as much as people think that as long as the educator is good and they'll be fine, and to an extent that's right.
Sure.
Great educators are great, but sometimes it just takes a little bit of representation. It's just good to know, hey, this guy did this, I can do that, or he's this smart, I can be that smart, So, and that's for anybody, man.
Yeah.
It's even like you said, as far as women, when little girls see people with somebody, there's probably a little girl in school right now. It's oh, she's his principal, she went to school, she did all this, I can do that too. So it's you need that type of diversity in there, because that's, you don't know how that's gonna affect the kid. Like, that's can have such a big positive output in their life.
And you know what's funny is that white kids need to see that too. Like, they need to see that, like, people of color can be in positions of authority and not just be the help.
Whatever it is you may think they are.
Correct. Right. So that's I could stand up and talk about that all day long. Yeah.
I think, that's, like I said, I just, I wanted to have you on here mainly because, like, joking you. But the other reason is because I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
I've seen how hard you work. I've seen, how you've grown over the years. And
that is.
Yeah, man. And I just want to make sure I celebrate you, especially on National Women's Month.
Thank you. Yeah. What a
coincidence.
Wow.
I'm smart.
You
yeah, I know. I'm smart. I just want to make sure that we celebrate you, and as a woman and African American woman. I just think that's important, man. So again, congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I love you. And we'll relax.
Okay.
Because don't start crying. You
All right.
get kicked off immediately. So what would you say is like your most rewarding moment as an educator so far?
So, I think after my first year as an administrator, I had a crazy year. I'm talking about, like, I felt like I was getting hazed into my role of just. We were in the business of turning a school around. To the school I went to, like, if you Googled it, the school I worked at, if you Googled it when I first got there 5 years ago, the first thing that popped up was this brawl. And there were so many different things, like they were not accredited with SOLs, and I don't even believe in that, but you have to.
I definitely want to get to that.
Yeah. So our administrative team and my principal is phenomenal, was tasked with turning the school around. And so all of the things that these kids, because I got put in 7th grade and then 8th grade. So all these things that these kids were doing, they had been accustomed to.
Right.
So we had to change a whole mindset.
Change the whole culture, yep.
And I was working. I mean, they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And so I just felt like I don't think I'm making a difference. These kids are in my office all the time. I'm calling parents. I'm disciplining. Like, there's no way I'm doing what I said I was going to do.
Right.
So at the end of the year, we had the award ceremony, and the kids gave me a standing ovation, and I got all of these gifts and parent phone calls. Like, you call my phone all the time, but you love my kid. Like, and even when you had to send him home, like, I could tell that, like, the way you feel about kids is different. And so, like, it's like, all right, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I'm sure, like, previous, and this is not going to lie, but I'm sure previous administrations didn't have that. It was like, send them home. No type of trying to help, try to figure out a solution.
No. I mean, I comb hair, I buy lunch, I keep clothes in my office. Like, children need to be loved and taken care of, and held to firm expectations. But I'm certain it's just like parenting. Like, your child is going to do for you what you ask them to do if they feel like they're in a safe, trusting, caring environment. And so before I send you home for tell you I love you and talk to you about how this is not how you solve conflict,
right.
But you can stay in school right now, so you need a break, and then I'll see you when you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way that you put it. Yeah, you can't do that. But so you're just gonna take a break, and I'm gonna holler at you when you get back.
Yeah, that's it. And then when they come back, I meet them in the main office, and
because a lot of times when that happens, when they do these type of things, and this is just me spitballing because I'm no way an educator or anything like that, but I just know from experience of doing like school and stuff, is that most of the time if a kid does things like that, they're just expecting to be yelled at.
Yeah.
Like immediately. Like they're not anticipating any type of positive reinforcement or like resolvement. They're just like, this is what you did, you just get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most of the times we need to hear that, hey, I understand that you're upset and try to get to the bottom of what's wrong.
Yeah.
Because kids ain't coming to school just beating people up for no reason.
Absolutely not.
It's not. You know what I'm saying? So there has to be some underlying issue or something that they're going through that they're not being able to break.
Yeah, and children, they don't know how to resolve conflict, especially not in the age of social media, reality TV, and basic birds, like juicing each other and stuff. Like, they believe that that's like normal behavior. And so I always tell, especially my girls, like, this is not how you conduct business. Like, you should be able to walk into a room and command people's attention without being a bird. Like, you can do that. Yeah. But that's not what they see.
Yeah. It's because we grew up in a different time. Mm-hmm. And I hate that because, one, it makes it sound old as hell. I hate that.
That's true.
I hate that. But at the same time, we're not bitter or anything. It's just that we didn't have. I call them distractions. They're great tools. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. This electronics and technology, they're all great tools. However, the way they are also used are as mind-altering, reality-numbing, like, distractions. Mm-hmm. And so you can't look at social media. You can't look at these things on TV and think, oh yeah, this is how things work. And this is reality and views, likes, and all that stuff. Like, no. Yeah. That's not how life works.
Yeah. It's not. And so my girls now, they'll tell each other, like, when they start fussing and yelling, they'll be like, Miss Lopes said we don't do business like this. Like, we got to do it differently. Like, they get it after a while. I mean, it takes a minute because
it's still tough.
They're kids.
It's still
they're
tough.
Children.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
tough.
Oh, y'all are hearing me. Cool. Because when you work, like, so this is my second year now, I did 7th grade last year. This is my second time with 8th graders. Mm-hmm. And as a former 8th grade teacher, I love 8th graders. Because they're, like, right on the precipice of, like, changing their whole life. Yeah. But they're still middle school. And they're still looking for, like, someone to help them. Mm-hmm. But, like, the hard part is you plant a seed and sometimes you don't see it grow. Because they go to high school and sometimes they'll remember to come back and sometimes they won't. But there are some kids that I taught that they're in college now that still talk to me, still contact me, follow me on social media, because I'm like, once you're old,
once you're an adult,
I'll
hit that accept button.
It's fine. So it's awesome to see, but it just takes like patience and repetition, and some days are really hard, but it's a pretty cool thing.
I'm sure it's rewarding.
It's a pretty cool thing to do.
I'm sure it's rewarding. We're talking about the SOLs, standardized testing. So let's see how we can navigate this without pissing people off.
Sure.
So for me, SOLs, right?
Yeah.
When you took SOLs, what was your idea as a student? What was your idea of them? Like, did you know why you were taking them?
I just knew I had to pass the test.
That's it, right? That's all you knew. Over 500?
4.
Over 400 because the perfect was 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I did it because I just wanted to flex on people.
You just want to show them how smart you
are. Yo, that's it. I was like, it's like, yeah, we got SOL testing. So I'm like, and outside, but in the back of my mind, like, yo, let me see who I can beat on this show real quick. I'm like, let me go in, let me see if I can get the top 5 score on this.
Easy flex.
So like history, English, I'm dusting cats.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason I'm taking them, because like, other than that, I don't know why I'm taking them.
You don't know why you're doing it.
So give me the explanation that you're given, and then give me your take of how you would like things to move forward as we go along.
Certainly, yeah. So standardized testing is a way to measure student progress, and to see how students are learning and growing each year in these subjects, and it gives you a baseline data so that you can build your lessons around it. Right. And that is why we have standardized testing.
That was a paragraph.
Certainly.
Okay. So my thought and theory is always, so let's say there's a kid in class who is crushing it, and he takes that so well, and he just doesn't pass it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell me, you're telling me that kid is not doing great because he took one test and failed it?
Brittany Lopes, I'm not telling you that.
Doctor.
Oh, excuse me, doctor. Yeah. I am not saying that. You asked me to tell you the reasoning, right?
Right, yeah.
Sure.
But like moving forward.
So
What would you like to see?
Okay, so
Because it's basically SAT. It's basically an SAT.
So I am a terrible high stakes test taker. I find myself to be intelligent, but my anxiety of knowing that a test is so important gets the best of me, which is what happens to a lot of kids. So we talk a lot in education. If you're an educator and you're watching this, you know this word. We talk about differentiating instruction. All kids don't learn the same, so
Correct.
you change up your lessons so it meets the needs of everybody in your classroom.
Right.
But then we standardize the test and expect everyone to perform to these particular standards, but we differentiate all of our instruction. My voice is getting louder because it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not fair. It's not equitable. Most standardized tests are racist. It's not cool. And so to measure real growth, you have to give, like, projects, like project-based learning. You have to do things that students feel comfortable doing. So, like, you might be really great at writing, and I might be really great at drawing. And so I might do an assessment that draws you what you're asking. Like, there's just so many ways to authentically assess a student that does not have a 50-question multiple-choice test.
So what I'm hearing is that we shouldn't have one set test, and that we should have multiple tests or multiple styles of tests, and then distribute those to the best of our ability to the students and their learning ability.
I mean, honestly, I would get rid of high-stakes testing completely.
Period.
Yeah, I would. I feel like there are different ways to assess. I just actually did some professional development on this with some teachers. There are different ways to assess learning. And people are very, very stuck on, like, if we don't test a child, we don't know what they're learning. But education is about learning. It is not about testing.
It's not about scoring well.
Right, it's not. It's about what skills or what mastery have you accomplished, and how can you show me mastery? So, like, why would you give a kid a 50-question multiple choice test in art if they're learning a skill? Just have them practice the skill.
Right.
I don't know, like, in testing now has become so political. That's why we still, as a country, are giving end-of-the-year assessments, so SOLs or whatever they're called everywhere else, during the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah. Which definitely, during the pandemic is if you can't. Because you've already decided, you've already been, like, learning a different way. So clearly you have to test a different way if you're just hell-bent on doing this testing.
And standardized testing, we're creating the standard. It's not coming from anywhere, you know?
Yeah, it's not really a standard.
We've created it.
Yeah, it's not really a great definition of the word.
Certainly.
But it's fine. I mean,
everything's great.
Yeah, I mean, who?
Have a sip of wine on that one.
Yeah. I also think too, though, and just move away from standardized testing and just teaching in general, we have to pay teachers more.
Oh my God.
I don't know, because the pandemic really opened some eyes. I don't know why they weren't open before, personally.
Sure.
But the amount of this virtual schooling is horrible. I can't wait till schools open back up. Tweets and Facebook statuses that I've seen should let people know that they're not teachers aren't babysitters, bro.
They're not.
They're actually taking time to try to educate your child, so they need to be paid as such.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not easy.
Teaching. I can't even say words right now because the things that I'm watching my teachers do, you would never expect them to do, right? And so, to hear that people, like, call these professional people, like, the same
Pros.
Yeah, they're professional. Just like if you go to the finance industry or whatever, like, everyone is professional because they have some certification or degree or whatever. But when it comes to teachers, they're just people who have their summers off. And not one teacher in this world has their summer off because they're planning lessons for the next year. They're teaching summer school because they don't make enough money, whatever it is.
Right.
And all of these people are on the Facebook comments like, these teachers are lazy and they don't want to do this and they don't want to do that. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, my God, you guys are working harder than I've ever seen anyone work.
Yeah. It's an unfair and not always thankful job.
It's not.
They don't get enough thanks.
They don't.
And I'm hoping that, well, never mind. Homie can't even give me my sticky. But I'm hoping that eventually someone comes in and pays teachers, man, because they're taking. You gotta understand that a lot of these people, it's basically being a boss. 15 to 20 different, ever-changing, ever-developing personalities that can change at any minute.
Yeah.
And it's not, and they don't always know how to understand how to deal with like issues and conflicts, so it makes it even harder. All while trying to teach them stuff.
Yeah.
That may or may not be historically accurate.
Correct. Or in that time frame, important to the kid. So there's a kid sitting in your class like, I don't need to learn any of this, but you still are trying to light the fire under them, the fire under them. Like, that's a hard thing to do. And some people, their jobs don't require human interaction at all.
Right.
So, I mean, it's difficult for them. And my heart goes out to them all the time. That's why I'm always trying to figure out how I can take the load off of my teachers.
Yeah. And yeah, man, I know you out here trying to do your thing, trying to make things better.
Sure.
At some point, we need somebody to be like, hey.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's some money.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the
stop
day.
Putting it at other places that they don't need to be in. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah,
I need somebody in politics for that. So you brought the topic today, and when you told me, I was very excited because it is a shared love of mine with you, and it is one of the greatest TV shows in the last 10 years, and probably of all time. Broad City.
Broad
City.
Queen.
Yes, Queen.
Oh my God. How did you find Broad City?
So, I'm pretty sure I was watching something on, you know how like on different channels they'll just show commercials for like other channels. So it was probably a sister or brother channel of Comedy Central. And they showed a commercial of just these two girls just, hanging out in New York, And then I remember the commercial, and it was Alana, and they were just like, they had this good, you could tell the camera, she immediately just off of the trailer, and she was like, cha-ching, cha-ching. I was like, oh, yep. I gotta at least check the first episode out to see this ridiculous, and episode 1, hooked.
Yeah.
Started watching little shorts from previous, just to catch up on different stuff. Yo. Yeah. One of the greatest shows.
It's so good, because it's just like, you feel like you could hang out with them, right?
It's the perfect example of like best friend in this era. Yeah. Yeah. And they're so. It's like you said, you literally could be like, I would hang out with them right now. Yeah, literally right now. Right now.
If they ask me.
And all the stupid, ridiculous things that they do. I would be like, yeah, you know what? That doesn't sound safe, but let's do it anyway.
Yeah, and it wasn't like one of those New York shows where it's like, this life is not real because I could never afford a penthouse in Manhattan.
Right. Oh no, it was legit.
Yeah.
Like regular apartment.
The Bed Bath and Beyond coupons.
Oh what?
That's me all day. They're sitting in my car right now.
Come on. Man. Yeah. Alana just not liking any job, just hating her job and just going there just goofing off. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. That's real life, and I like when shows are like based in reality.
I do too.
So if you had to pick one that you not resemble, but associate with more, would you pick Alana or Abby?
Wow, so I feel like I could have a little bit of both, but like in reality, I'm a little bit more reserved, like Abby. Yeah. But like my inner spirit, I feel, is like Alana, because I want to be like that, but like I know that I can't be acting like that.
Yeah, that Abby's like, I keep going along with these horrible ideas, but I'm going to anyway because that's my guy. Yeah. God, man, I don't know, because I like Abby because Abby's a lot more grounded, and she's the kind of person that's like, I know this isn't a great idea, but it could work. She's a hopeless romantic. Like she's so real. And then it's Alana, man, and Alana's just this go
raw, and I don't like that word. Oh my God.
You don't like raw?
No, it's like the other word that starts with M.
Oh, moist. Yeah. Like raw, moist cookie.
Ooh, that is just rough when you put it all together.
Alana's she's this free spirit. Like she's just a go getter. Like idea, let's just put it into motion. Yeah. Oh my God.
Like I really want to be a free spirit, but I'm too much of a planner
Yeah.
And full of anxiety.
Yeah, I like to think about the things I do before I do them. Where Alana just thinks the idea and she just does them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite episode?
So I knew you were gonna ask me that. I was thinking about it as I was driving here. And I can't remember what the episode was, but I just remember thinking, this was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I don't know if they were like at a nightclub, and Abby had that blue dress on, and it was like a disaster of a night. She had this blue dress on that she never took off.
Oh my God. And which girl is allergic.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Why did they do that?
I can't remember. And
did they run into money or something?
Yeah, they did something, and because they went to a restaurant, and I don't know if it was her birthday or something, but I just remember like tears were pouring out of my eyes that episode. And I can only remember her wearing that tight ass blue dress that whole time.
They were gonna enjoy that dinner one way or another.
And because I felt that on a spiritual level, because I have been in some shit where it's like, I'm gonna enjoy this no matter what. I'm gonna put this dress on or whatever, and I don't care what the hell happens. I'm gonna do this. So I felt it. Yeah, I felt it.
I'm going to wear this dress. Yeah.
What about you?
The one that I like the most, or that I always go back to, is the one where Abby has like the alter ego. What is the dude's name? What is her alter ego's name? Oh my God, it's gonna bug me. But like, she kept talking about the whole time, and I was like, who is that? And it's just Abby out there singing like old school 8. Like, what is going on? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Alana always just trying to like have sex with Abby. Like she has tried. She's like, yeah, anytime you're ready. Like,
yeah. Or she's always talking about her butt.
Yeah, it's like, come on, queen. Oh my God.
But you also liked that Alana's boyfriend was your favorite dude. Aren't you?
Hannibal. Yeah, that's my guy, man. Yeah. Come on, Hannibal's my guy.
I also like that he was just like so like vanilla.
That's his whole style. Like all the time, like just dry humor, just always, never high, never low, just always. Brought her book.
Oh, okay. So my
What was that? What was that noise?
So my aunt, it's like weird because my mom, I don't know why I'm going to this story. It's probably this one. My mom has 6 brothers and sisters, and her youngest brother is significantly younger than the rest of them, and his wife is technically my aunt, but she's like maybe 6 or 7, 8 years older than me, so it's weird to call her my aunt.
It's weird, yeah.
But she's awesome, and she knew that I watched Broad City, so she bought Abby's book for her, and she gave it to me.
Nice.
And it's called Carry This Book, and it's like all of these random ass drawings and different things that she carries around or would think to carry around.
Yeah.
And it just brought me joy because like some of this stuff I hadn't thought about until I saw it. Like I love Cholula hot sauce. And so I just keep this on my bookshelf for joy.
So did she draw these?
She did.
That's crazy that's like really part of her life.
Yeah, and
that's the other thing I like about it too, because it's really part of like her character in the show, but that's really just her.
She also has coloring books, which I need to look into because I'm all about it. Yeah, but she has made or written another book. I think she actually wrote a book too within the last year or two because I follow them on Instagram.
Heavy something. I love that.
So everyone should look at this.
Cholula hot sauce, right?
Yeah.
It just comes out too slow, bro.
Yeah, I mean you do have to.
But that's a lot of work.
I mean I do like a Texas Pete or whatever because.
Yeah, just.
You know I'm black.
Yeah, right.
Right. Sure.
Right. Frank's. Ugh.
You know like Frank's? I use Frank's for my buffalo chicken dip. It's a good one for that.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that, like, if I know you had a choice and like you went to the store, you're like, oh man, go grab my hot sauce, and you come back with Frank's. I'm like,
okay,
well,
sure.
I know Texas Pete's like right next to it, so I'm just kind of confused as to why you grab the Frank's.
How are you feeling about Tabasco?
It's not hot sauce. That's Tabasco sauce.
But do you like it?
Comes out so again.
What about?
It's also vinegar based.
Sriracha. Are you on that wave?
Love sriracha.
Okay, so you're one of those millennials.
Okay, I feel like you're.
I mean, I also eat sriracha, but.
So wait, so you just dissed me, but you also the same person. Okay, that's. Wow.
I'm sorry.
You're just gonna disrespect me on camera. That's the crazy. That's the crazy thing.
I just felt like you had a lot of enthusiasm about sriracha.
So like, It's not like I'm like, oh yes, sriracha on everything. Like I'm not like that guy, but like it's cool. It's a different flavor, different spice level.
Okay.
But yeah, nah. Plus when you try to make like a sauce out of it, it makes it a little bit thicker. And
I forgot you were also chefing it up these days.
I mean, you know, I just like trying things, man. I like seeing things on the internet. Like, I can make that. And that's
going back to the subtle flex of the SOL test, you've taken it now to cooking recipes.
But that's always been me, bro. I've always been a guy, like, if I see something and I feel like I can, like, this podcast for years, I'm like, no, I feel like I can do a podcast. Mm-hmm. I just never had, like, the means or time to do it. And
sure.
One day I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it.
I can dig it.
You know, so we're here. And we're here, you know, steadily growing, hopefully, maybe. Sort of?
Definitely growing.
I just want free wine.
Oh.
I mean,
I want you to blow up.
I would like that too.
Okay.
But like free wine is like my baseline goal.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, oh man, they sent me this bottle of wine.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I'll do like little plugs and little ads in there. Why not? Pay me in wine or money.
Naked wine.
So you played soccer.
Yes.
You played soccer at Randolph. And I never asked you about like your high school playing.
Sure.
I've never, like, we've known each other for a long time, but I've never asked you about your high school thing. So like, how was your high school career? Like, were you like you were the man?
I was
the man. You were the man in these streets?
I was, and that's not even, like, I'm not trying to gas
like, no flex. Yeah, no
flex. But I was
the
man because I went to Bethel High School.
Shout out to Bethel, man.
Shout out to the 75.
You know who went there, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm
man.
talking about when I say that.
You know
if you
who
don't,
went
then
there.
whatever.
Yeah.
However, so our school was basketball and track because we also have Francina McCory, who's a Olympic athlete. So it was not soccer. And I played travel soccer, all kinds of stuff. So when I got to Bethel, I played JV in 8th grade when I was in middle school. And they would pull me up to varsity sometimes in 8th grade. And then once I got there, I set a record. I scored like, I can't remember if it was like 10 or 11 goals in a game.
In a what?
In one game. I was like in the newspaper. And I remember because I was like a little freshman too.
Yeah.
And that was when like people finally noticed me, like the guys, and said, not like romantically, but like acknowledged the fact
I was good. Let's be honest. That's what happens though. Like in high school, it's like you find the top dude's like top female athlete in school.
See, I was not like that. I was like still like as awkward as I am right now.
Right. Yeah.
I've always been that way, but it was like I really wanted the respect of the male athletes because when I first started playing soccer, my dad was my coach, which was a disaster because I didn't want to listen to him. But I had this like crazy stutter step kick, so I would like before I kicked anything.
Yeah.
And then I played goalie, got kicked in the face, and I was like, take me. And then I got real timid.
Yeah.
And so my dad was like, no, you can't play soccer and be timid. So my parents were like, you're gonna go play with boys. So I played on an all boys like team, and then I learned how to. Well, you see me play. So I learned how to toughen myself up. So like when I got to high school, it's like these boys need to know like I'm good like them.
Right.
So I finally made it.
10 or 11 goals in the game. It's insane. I thought you were about to say like for a season, like that was the record.
I swear I think that's what it was. Or maybe it was between 6 and 11.
Yeah.
Because I scored most of the goals. Somebody out here will tell me the truth. I scored most of the goals because for so long we didn't have girls who were playing soccer. Mm-hmm. They played everything else. So it was like I played every position on the field.
Right.
And then we got some really good, like there are some people I played soccer with that went to play at Virginia Wesleyan, played at different places, but primarily our team sucked.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I was carrying the weight of the team a lot. Yeah. But it was cool.
Nice. And then you got the Macon.
And
I was gonna say endured some things.
Yeah, I mean I got to Macon and it was an experience.
Right. It was so a running gag with me was RMC women's soccer. This is the year. I said it for 4 years.
And it just happened like last year.
Yeah. So technically, I was right. I was just like off by a lot of years.
It's crazy because we had some phenomenal
you
soccer
had
players, like some really
a lot of talented
good girls on my team, and like even though we don't all see each other much anymore, like everybody I played on that team with, I love. We had some good.
Like y'all had really good. I always thought y'all had really good squads.
Yeah, we were good.
And it's just I don't know if it was like the other teams were better. I don't know if I don't know what it was.
I know what it was, but I'm not going to say what it was. But we had some awesome people on our team. That experience for those 4 years, I mean, you guys like legitimately took and did things that every sports team wanted to do. But like, I really feel like playing sports at a small school like that was probably one of the only reasons I continue to stay at Randolph-Macon.
Right.
Like, I felt like I belonged to something to some degree. I mean, there were some experiences that I've shared, like, as I've stepped into, like, understanding my role and experience as a woman of color at Randolph-Macon, that as I look back on now, like, okay, I was always the only one. And so there were some things that happened that I know were because of that, but as a whole, belonging to something and still doing what you love to do, you can't buy that, because that's the main reason I went to Macon.
Yeah.
I knew that, like, I was going to be able to do what I wanted to do and still get a good education.
Right. And so for me, saying it's similar is I didn't know what Randolph-Macon was before they started recruiting. Because as I don't know how it is for soccer. I know for basketball and like football, it's like D1 or nothing.
Yeah, no, I think that's how it is for sports. Period.
So I'm thinking like D1 yada yada yada. So when those things didn't necessarily happen, and a lot of that is partially me too, because I should have went to a showcase, but I didn't because
Okay.
But when they started recruiting, I was like, all right, but they want me, and so like that was like really important for me. I was like, but I'm still playing, so let's just see how it goes. And once I got there, once I felt like if I didn't like the guys I was playing with, it could have went horribly wrong. But like immediately, it was like a disconnection. So it was like let's. I don't quit, so I was like, let's just see it out. And one of the best 4-year stretches of my life. So but
and I see you guys talk about this on Twitter all the time. I'm kind of like a lurker on Twitter these days, but
a lurker.
Playing sports at any collegiate level is hard. And so, like, this idea that because you play D3 at a small school that you're playing, like, freaking club ball is not real. Those 2-3 a day practices and all of that stuff we were doing was real as hell. So, that joint blows my mind, but that's coming from people who have legitimately never played anything but freaking AAU.
If that.
Maybe.
If that.
Maybe they went to the park.
I don't listen to people who are on that wild space.
Yeah,
cool.
That's crazy to me.
But I always enjoy watching you play. You were my favorite player, and not because you were my best friends, but because you would body people like in games, and I can tell when it was about to happen because your face would change. Like you'd be playing regular, like you have a game face, right? You have a regular game face in school, like focus. But when somebody like trips you, or like you don't get a call, or something bad happens, the switch happens, you just go. And I know, I was like, hey, here it comes. Watch the next time there's a ball and it's live ball. Watch what happens. Boom! I'm like, good God.
But you know where that comes from too? Like, being a tall girl, I always got the call. Like, these little small girls would be boom, 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 trying to knock me down. And I always got the call. So I was like, if I'm going to get the call, you know what? I'm going to earn the call. Like, and then y'all are going to stop playing with me.
That's the thing about just being tall, bro. Is just that you're expected to be the aggressor. So a lot of times, like for me, like I try to dunk on somebody, right? And let's say I get hit, so I missed the dunk. They're just like, oh, you should have finished it. Sam, he's hitting my arm.
Yeah.
What do you want from me? It's your job to just make sure that you call that. That's it. But like, no, you gotta finish that. So now I'm pissed at you. So now they got to get it for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. There's nothing else you can do about it. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it.
Like
I used to get screamed at by the parents on the sideline and stuff. Like, I'll never forget. Whatever, I'm gonna eat it. Like, tell your daughter to hit the weight room. Like, she can't stand up. Like, that's not my problem. Tell her stop coming at me. It's crazy.
I'm sure I was wilding on the sideline. Get her ass. I know I was. I
always just used to hear my dad be like, Brittany, remember your teeth, because I got some dental work done that he paid for. So he's like, wash your mouth.
Oh, man. My favorite game, I don't know who y'all playing, but I don't think it might have already been starting raining.
Oh, that one?
But, like, it was pouring. And I was like, fam, I want to go because it's raining. But this game is so good. Like, they are scrapping. And it ended in a draw or something.
Mm-hmm. I remember that game. It was
crazy.
Because I remember seeing my mom after, and she was, like, wet on one side because the rain was coming in sideways. It was a crazy game. But I love rain games because they get scrappy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is the perfect game for me. Brittany about to knock over, like, 5 girls. Maybe cuss out like 2 more.
I will never forget after college I started playing on this league because I still felt like I needed to play.
Yeah.
And this dude, again, I played co-ed anytime I could.
Yeah.
Curtis came to watch me play, so he had only ever heard people talk about how I played soccer, but he had never seen it.
He never seen it, actually.
Right, he never seen it. So, right, I don't care what your gender is. Like, we're going to do this together. Yeah. So, Curtis is like, gosh, knocking these dudes over, I have to get in a fight out here.
Exactly, you gotta fight after the match because you out here bodying people.
I'll never forget, he looked at me like, bro, I thought I was gonna have to fight after that for you. I was like, no, it's fine.
Now he's psyching himself on the sideline.
Yeah.
I shouldn't come in that aggressive. Like maybe if I just hold it. Maybe they'll run away.
Forget that.
Yeah. I think I tried to play soccer with y'all one time, like freshman year, like we were just like in the middle of the field. And I slipped. I was like, yeah, no, this ain't for me. Mm-hmm. This ain't for me.
Yeah.
Cause I tried to play soccer when I was younger.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of running, and I was like, oh no.
That's kind of like me with gymnastics. When I realized I was getting too tall and I could potentially break my neck, I was like, no.
Like, so I gotta do all these flips. No.
I really wish I would have kept swimming though, but you can't swim and play soccer at the same time because one's in the morning, one's in the evening. I would never have any time to do any homework.
Seriously. Swimming also isn't me because I don't do water. So
sure.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and transition to the second wine, and you brought this one today.
I did, and it's already in my handy dandy Yeti.
Yeah, you said that you only drink red wine.
Yeah, I prefer to drink it out of here, so people don't know how much of it I'm drinking because I love a red wine.
See, we're total opposites today. And you've already had this before, so you wanted me to try it.
Okay, guys.
Oh God. First of all, I would have gotten this anyway, regardless, because it's got one of my favorite rappers of all time on it. Yeah. So like, that's easy money. But it is 19 Crimes Cali Red. And on the front is none other than the coolest person in the entire world, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, guys. And this one, tell them how much the percentage is.
14.1% alcohol.
That 1% really gets you going.
That's what that 0.1% is
it really
crazy.
Is. It's like 0.1.
It's like that 14 is like, yeah, this is killing.
Okay,
but this 0.1, that's what actually puts you to sleep.
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
Yeah, Cali's own Snoop Dogg, man. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite Snoop Dogg song? On the spot right now.
Oh, I don't know. I can't answer that, but I can tell you this. Curtis and I have been watching, what is it called? Hip-hop Undercover or something.
Okay.
It's on Hulu because it's on FX, but we don't have FX.
Right.
Whatever. And it's about all of these, like, street people that are actually behind all of this stuff in hip-hop. You should watch it. And I only say that because Snoop was on there last night talking.
Okay.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared to answer that. What's your favorite one?
Okay, so I think my favorite Snoop Dogg song is Gin and Juice.
Okay.
Always. Remember when I used to drink those pre-made gin and juice?
Yeah,
songs?
how could I forget?
Yeah.
You used to drink
all
some very strange
I
stuff
was
in college.
wild.
Maybe you should do one episode where you just show everyone what you used to drink in college.
I think I should drink them too.
Yeah, and then we will all be prepared to call 911. Because...
That was that one time y'all almost did.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all didn't, by the way. I really appreciate y'all not doing that.
Yeah.
I was going to make it, and I did.
You did. You're here now.
I almost slipped through that fire alarm. But that's not the point. The point is...
What is that Snoop Dogg song where he's like 187?
Hold up. The cop?
That's my favorite one. But what's the name of the song?
I'm pretty sure it's called 187.
That's my favorite one.
I do like that one.
It gets me going. Like, I'm ready to ride out.
Okay. I also like songs. Some songs that I like that people may not have heard of, from the Church to the Palace.
Mhm.
Which one of you bitches? No offense to women at all, but I do like that song.
During Women's History.
No. But here's the thing. It's not that. It's just that song is just funny to me.
Sure.
Because I would ride to that song to high school my senior year because I wouldn't have to go to class for like an hour for the day because I passed everything already.
Yeah.
So I would just pull up to the class. Which one of you bitches like me? Which one of you bitches? Oh
my goodness.
And then they'd be like, "Hey, Brandon, yo." I like Candy. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of Snoop Dogg songs.
You know what I really like about Snoop Dogg?
Is that he can do anything?
Yeah, it's like he just does whatever he wants to do. Like he had like
anything.
He was living his best life in that Versus that he did during the pandemic.
He was chilling.
He was, and he just looks so good because he's living his best life and minding his business. His skin is clear.
Oh my God!
His hair is nice. He's just cool.
He's the only person I know that will tell you that he's Crip, but also does overstock commercials.
Yeah.
He will shoot a guy.
Yeah.
But hangs out with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
It's like the greatest like character arc ever.
Yeah.
He can do anything. Anything. Yeah, man. Snoop is my guy. I love Snoop.
Okay. You ready to get into this?
I don't know.
Well, I came in here hyping this up. And
you did.
So that's a mistake.
You did. Like, when you was like, you should try this. I'm like, oh, okay. You can do it for your episode.
Smells like
so it's just a blend, right? I assume this is a blend.
Yep, it is. It's
okay.
a red. Yep, a red blend. But it doesn't.
I like red blends, but like I said previously, to me red blends don't count as like pure red stuff.
Yeah.
It's like a Chico.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, it smells okay. I'm gonna tag some.
Okay, we're gonna cheers.
I'm proud of you. There we go. The smell and the taste don't match.
Okay. So what's the difference?
So I'm thinking the smell with me, it was harsher than it is.
It's easy to drink.
It's super subtle.
Okay, so you're gonna get blasted.
It is. Wow, that is an aggressive way of putting that. Wow.
Because it's so smooth.
It's subtle.
Yep.
Like I'm thinking it's gonna be like harsh on the taste buds,
it's not
but
harsh.
it's not at all.
It's really not harsh.
You fancy what you're watching?
I'm sorry.
No, it's like it's Apple, right?
I'm on the.
You on Apple time?
Yeah, I am.
You in the prison?
I am in
where
the
they won't let you do
anything.
anything.
But I just transitioned.
Where they say that open this full capabilities called jailbreaking.
Correct.
Because you're in jail.
Yeah. So I just actually brought Curtis to the dark side. To Apple. So.
You're Darth Vader?
Yes.
You're Darth Vader?
I really wanted to do the voice, but then you said Darth Vader.
You're Darth Vader?
I am.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. What was that the voice? That is awful. That is the worst Darth Vader voice I've ever. You sound like you're choking.
That's what he sounds like.
No. You sound like you're choking. He sounds like he just needs a lozenge. You sound like you're choking. Stop.
I told you the chair was gonna fall.
Did you break it?
Look, I'm leaning. Is there a pause button?
Yes, relax, man. Relax. Well, we have survived your debacle.
What a disaster.
Yeah, but wow. I didn't know that we were talking about that.
We were talking about how I brought Curtis to the dark side.
Oh, Apple. Yeah. Oh, come on. There's a certain thing, man. I just will never. I'll never do it. Apple phones. I can't do iPhones, man. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not for me because I just feel like people. I just don't like the way people shit on people without iPhones.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Like you're not elite because you have an iPhone.
You're right.
Salad.
We're not elite.
You're not.
Yeah, we're not.
Just regular people who break chairs. That's it.
That's it.
That's who y'all are. That's who y'all are as people. You break chairs.
Yeah. Chair breakers.
That is all y'all are. So we did like a rapid question last week, so I'm gonna try to do it this week. What can I do with you? We'll do the same similar stuff.
Okay.
So you can go. You're on a deserted island.
Okay.
And you have a 90s TV show that you're bringing. That's our childhood. I know people be like, oh, we are 80s babies.
Right.
Well, are you?
89.
Yeah. Okay, you said 89. So we're 80 babies. We're 90s kids, right? So one TV show you're bringing on your deserted island.
Living single.
Living single, no question. Nice. Why?
That joint is hilarious. Also, remember we were talking about how we like shows in reality, like just a bunch of friends kicking it, living their life, trying to figure out how they want to do things, who they're gonna date, what their business is gonna look like. Like, it's just good quality TV and diversity. Hello.
And it's the better Friends.
It is. I'm gonna be honest. I've never watched an episode of Friends.
You know, Friends is just basically the same way.
Yeah, but I think at this point I'm like not watching an episode.
I
of Friends.
will never watch Friends. I think
It's
it's
like
the most. I think it's the most overrated sitcom ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've accidentally watched episodes, and I'm like, how? Why?
Yeah, I'm not watching that.
It's like what? Question: how do you feel about Pam Beasley?
Who was that?
From The Office.
I've only watched a few episodes of The Office.
And that has been that doesn't include Vino.
I know, and like the ones I've watched, I've enjoyed. I just have never taken the time to like really do it, and so I'm not hip. I know.
One of the greatest shows of all time.
I know. I'm embarrassed to say this.
Man, that is crazy.
But she's the one that dates Jim, right?
Yeah.
But I see that you don't like her. Oh.
I think Pam represents when people want you to go with what their goals are, but as soon as you start doing your goals, they have an issue with it.
Oh.
No one ever really seemed to bring that up. But when you first watch it, you're like, oh, this is a great love story. This is great. And you start rewatching them because it's a show you can rewatch all the time. And you start thinking like, man, she got to do everything she wanted to do. Then when Jim wanted to do what he wanted to do, it was a problem. So yeah, I didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that little girl Pam then.
Yeah, you gotta watch her.
Okay.
Okay, so now you have what 90s CD? You got your Walkman, those horrible. What the hell was that?
I'm trying not to laugh because my very first 90s CD that I bought with my own money was.
If it's Nelly, I swear to God.
It was not Nelly.
Oh, it's like it's been
but
Nelly
I
the
did
last
buy
few times.
that. It was Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again.
There's nothing wrong with that. I love Britney Spears.
I know, but I can vividly remember being in my mother's Thunderbird.
Thunder.
And like, yes! So hype.
So we don't have.
But Nelly
was there too.
I had that.
Okay, Britney Spears. That's not bad though. So you were Team Britney over Team Christina?
No, I'm all about women's empowerment. I liked them both.
So yeah, gotcha. Okay.
But I was definitely Team NSYNC over Backstreet Boys.
I don't have the response for someone who thinks Backstreet Boys over NSYNC.
I don't get it. Like
I don't.
I like some Backstreet Boys songs. Like you're
Great
not gonna
song.
tell me that you're gonna pick them over the other
Come
one.
on, man. It's gonna be May. He's not even pronouncing it right. He's pronouncing the month.
I used to put that on my warm-up screen as a teacher every May.
It's gonna be May. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
The kids didn't know what I was doing.
Justin Timberlake with the ramen noodle hair. Come on,
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
He was murdering the game.
Yeah.
What? Come on.
But Christina can sing better than Britney.
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Christine, now she be going a little over with that with that up and down stuff she be doing. You know, I like that or whatever, but sometimes maybe let's just sing it straight.
Yeah.
Just maybe this time, possibly. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Sing's better. Brittany had the better songs though.
Yeah, I agree.
Genie and Bottle was cool though.
Yeah, I was in my bedroom like.
What were you doing? Can you do that one more time for the camera?
Also,
it seemed like you were swimming again.
Also, I really was feeling the Spice Girls.
Who wasn't though?
Curtis.
Really? He's weird. I wouldn't call him weird, but it's like.
Yeah, but I was really digging the
I mean, listening to those songs, like.
I've listened to them now, and I was like, what was I listening to?
Like, let's really. One of the songs, they said, if you want to be my lover,
yeah,
you gotta get
with my friends.
So, me, in my mind, right? You're saying to me, if I want to be your lover,
yeah,
I also have to be their lovers. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like,
no,
this is a great thing.
I feel like it's like you gotta get with my friends. Like we gotta be your friend. You have to be friends with my friends.
See, but then like when she finds out that I'm with the 4 other Jones, then she's all confused. I can't believe you did that. Well, if you listen to the lyrics of your song, it says I have to be with your friends, not like your friends. I hang out with your friends.
That's true. It is kind of ambiguous.
Confusing.
Yeah.
It's confusing. You know, but whatever. Okay, cartoon.
90s cartoon?
Yep. You was telling me you want to speak with it like cartoons?
No, I did. Like, I loved Rugrats. It might be them. It's them.
It's them.
Yeah, because, like, I was even hip to the movie and everything.
Great first movie.
Yeah.
Great first movie. Second one was kind of interesting. Second one was okay because, I mean, but they were trying to introduce me. They introduced Kimmy and they gave Chucky a mom finally.
Poor guy. He finally had a mom. Oof.
Oh, that episode is rough.
Yeah, it is.
Even to this day, bro. That
Did you see that hot take where, like, they said Angelica was, like, making up or dreaming about all of the...
Oh, the creepypasta? Yeah, where they said that Tommy was a stillborn, that's why his dad makes all the toys, and Chucky isn't real, that's why his dad's always has anxiety, and twins, they couldn't figure out who was twins, so they just make both of them. Yeah, I think it's great. Great theory.
That's
great theory. I just like the one where I'm pretty sure that Mrs. DeVille is a lesbian.
Okay, yeah, I can dig it.
I mean, she just
Yeah.
embodied, you know what I'm saying? Like, she always with DD. Like, she never wanted to hang, like, her husband was, like, real submissive and stuff. Like, like, come on. Yeah, which one was your favorite baby, though? If you had to choose.
I like Tommy.
Real big leader.
But I also, so I had 3, I think. I mean, I feel like Susie Carmichael wasn't there enough, but I could dig her. I liked her.
She was definitely one of those ones. She wasn't, like, a regular.
But I did like Angelica a little bit.
Why? I also like her.
She was like a bad beep. Like, she was a boss.
Yeah. She was. Her mom. Her mom is a great example of, like, a boss.
Yeah. Dead.
Like, she was holding it down.
She really was. On that treadmill, doing all them calls.
Come on. She was holding it down. What? That's why Angelica act like that.
Who did you like?
You know what? Phil was actually my favorite. I liked Phil. Phil was
they were funny, Phil and Will.
They were. Phil was also very disgusting.
Yeah.
But I love just really like drawn to Phil for some reason. You know the thing about Susie that I like Susie's parents because they were rich.
Yeah.
And it was like a great lesson. We don't have to be poor. We can be rich. We out here making cartoons. However, that episode where they throwing like food all over their house, that ain't real. There ain't no black even letting that happen.
Yeah, it's just really not happening.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, they didn't have any black writers.
No, they couldn't have. It's like, they'll just let this happen. Somebody in there was like, where's the part where they slap Jesus out of it? Yeah, I don't see where they're slapping somebody.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening.
It's not in the script.
I know what's happening in my house.
It's not in the script. Okay, so let's see. Movie? 90s movie?
90s movie.
Those are tougher. Because I'm not really a movie person.
Right.
I'm a really
And I mean, I've watched all of like the 90s rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
But I would probably pick Clueless.
Yeah.
And I don't know is that 90s or early 2000s?
I think Clueless is 90s.
Yeah, that's probably it. I've watched that a million times.
Would you? So if you had to pick, and this is 90s specific, Clueless or Mean Girls? If you had to
Definitely Mean Girls.
Right?
Definitely Mean Girls.
Eventually, I want someone to do a case study why Mean Girls stays relevant. Because there are some movies that just manage to stay relevant for years, and for some reason, Mean Girls, no one forgets the day.
No.
They're always using the memes.
Yeah.
All the time, and I want to know why that's the movie where it's like, bam.
And everyone quotes Mean Girls.
Everyone. Yeah. And if you don't know Mean Girls, people get offended.
Yeah.
Legit offended.
Yeah, Mean Girls is where it's at.
I enjoy Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh yeah.
No, not like that.
Oh. JK guys.
Just no, he'll be that guy.
Oh.
Like Vino and Bones.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rick Simone.
Yeah. But she's bad for the other team now.
She is. Switching her.
Mm-hmm.
Good for her though.
I liked That So Raven.
Oh yeah.
I used to watch that all the time.
Is that the premier Disney Channel original show?
I loved a Disney Channel original movie though. Woof! I'm just feeling really excited about that.
The Disney Channel, they don't even do that as much anymore, bro.
I don't know. What were the other? But
so to me, it's like
was
Lizzie
Smart
McGuire.
Guy on there? I used to love Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens. That's a Raven. And then it started going into.
Yeah, I didn't watch that other stuff. I watched these. Ooh. That was it right there. Even Stevens, Lizzie McGuire.
Let's just forget about everybody else.
Right.
Oh, what about Jet Jackson?
Oh, of course.
Jet Jackson.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P. to that guy.
But when it got to Hannah Montana and Wizards of the Waverly Palace or whatever it's called, I'm not watching that. Who are y'all?
Who are y'all?
I don't know them.
Yeah, but to be fair to them, they definitely had. They put their mark on it, man.
Okay.
They put their mark on it. For me, it's tough, man, because that's a Raven had I think it had the longest run.
That one was good.
At the time. I think something passed it eventually. But I don't know, Lizzie just seems like it was the one though.
Yeah, my favorite though, because it must have been Disney, because on Disney Plus was Smart Guy. I'm actually still watching it right now. I started watching it again. And I'm watching Sister Sister, because that used to be my jam.
Sister was really good. Jackie is hilarious. Have you seen her on Twitter before? Look up her tweets on Twitter. Just one day. You don't have to do it today, but just look up her tweets.
Okay.
She's nasty. Oh
no, you know what's funny is because I saw a tweet from her yesterday talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No, she's nasty.
Yeah, and that was the first time she had ever popped up on my timeline.
She is nasty.
Okay, I'll have to go look her up.
Jesus. Sometimes I'll be like, you're famous. So you do middle school, right?
I do.
How did you feel about middle school and growing up? Because for me, middle school is the worst years of my life.
Yeah, so I tell this to my middle schoolers when they're feeling down. That when I was in middle school, someone paid someone $5 to date me. And he was...
Wait. Hold up. Say that one more time. Someone paid someone else $5 to date you?
Yeah, and he was ugly, and I don't like to call people ugly, but oh my gosh, he was so gross looking. And I accepted because I was like, oh my gosh, somebody wants to date me, and then I played myself.
Wait, why? What was the reasoning?
I don't know, I guess I was like a nerd. I had bought some Vans shoes, but they were the Vans skating shoes, the big, the ones that were this big.
Who cared?
I don't know. I was not cool in middle school.
But kids are the biggest judges of all time. They are the worst.
Yeah.
Because that's their whole life when growing up or whatever. So I get it. But that was what?
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
It really was crazy, and I was really embarrassed when I found out because he was gross looking, and so I should have never accepted it. And we were at a smart, gifted school too, so we were all nerds. But I guess
we were all
some
nerds.
were nerdier than others.
Some were later.
Yeah.
As I got older, we had this thing with popular nerds.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was really smart, but I could fit in with anybody.
Yeah.
So eventually you grow into that part, but in middle school,
it's not a thing.
you're just a nerd, bro.
Yeah.
So it's
And my parents were not with the, like, we're not buying you $1 million shoes and all that kind of stuff. So I was, like, not cool looking. And I was, like, still in Girl Scouts and all kinds of stuff. So I was just not cool. I was nice and polite and, yeah, so middle school sucks. So I tell that to my kids all the time when they're having a rough moment. Because I'm like, this is not a defining moment for you. Like, you're going to grow up and look completely different. Plus, my kids look better than I ever looked in middle school. I'm like, what are you guys even crying about?
No, I was in, sometimes I was in knockoff stuff, so just, accept that you alright. You're doing okay.
You'll be okay.
You're doing okay. You might not have the latest stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, kids, middle school was just not, it wasn't for me, bro. Because you try it, because in middle school, I don't know how it works, because in where I'm from, there was one school down the road, and there was one school up the road, elementary. Combine the two. So now, like, friends you had, they also make friends with these other people. So now they might be more friends with them, whatever. So you're trying to navigate this whole popular thing that immediately just pops up when you get to middle school. And so, I struggled a lot. Like, my grades started to slip only because, like, things were different. And, like, stuff started, like, different classes, different courses or whatever. But I was also just struggling, trying to figure out, how do I become me, I guess. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So that first, like, my first couple of years, like, I had anger management problems because, like, a dude pushed me into a bunch of girls or whatever. So I just spazzed and I just pushed them back. So that was the one time I've ever got ISS or whatever.
Ooh,
so
scandalous.
So then I got suspended like twice in 5th grade, but like one for fighting and then one.
Fighting?
Yeah.
Oh
but
my.
I never got in a fight again.
Okay.
Because of that. And then because that's all. Once you establish that, like, you're not to be messed with, no one ever mess with you again. But then the other one was because there was a new girl at school, and you know how kids were like, we do like a tombstone, whatever, like a bloody night, like her parents didn't like that, so we got suspended for that. But other than that, I didn't have anger management problems. I'm just trying to figure out how to navigate being cool or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But then eventually you get into high school and you're like, oh, it doesn't really matter.
Nothing matters.
It doesn't really matter.
That's what I tell them all the time.
Just get through. Just get
through it.
That's all it is, man. That's literally all it is.
It is. It's middle school is not for the weak.
It's not. If you can get through middle school, bro, you pretty much straight out of it.
Yeah, but you don't realize that when you're in it and when you feel it. So I tell my kids, like, I know, I understand, but I promise you, like, this is not it. It's gonna be better. It's gonna get better. It's like you're gonna forget all these people and.
Bro, just let it go. Trust me. It's really not. It's not worth it to stress over it.
Yeah.
You know, because middle school. Once I got to high school though, everything's fine.
Yeah.
But also too, the kids always thought I was older than what I was anyway, because I was just huge or whatever. So I usually could like not hang out, but like I was cool with like older kids.
Sure.
Or whatever. That's your iPad drinks face. When your eyes start getting like super low.
I was trying to like do my eyebrows.
What? You're not really good at that. Remember when you used to have a snort problem?
Yeah, so I've tried really hard to pull that together.
You know what though? Like, you haven't done it in years.
I used to embarrass myself, so I figured out a way to laugh without it, which is why my laugh is very high and loud now.
Yeah.
Right.
That was
it's not better. Yeah.
I mean, it's
better, but like it's still loud.
Yeah, but you know, snort is not that bad though.
No, I felt like an idiot. Sometimes it comes out every now and again.
Right. But that's not. You know, everybody has their thing. And yours was just snorting.
Snorting when I laugh, guys.
Yeah. Like, what did you?
I mean, you can't just say everyone has their thing and yours was snorting.
I feel like they would know what I meant.
I'm just clarifying.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know where else you're snorting at. That's weird, bro. No. Just let it. Oh my god. I'm trying to figure out what other educating question I had. You know what? I did see one about How do you feel about it? I hate that because I don't like lunch shaming.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
I don't understand why people they'll withhold lunch from kids because they have.
Yeah, I don't believe in that. Like that's why I said keep money in my office, but they at least where I work they will feed the kid if they forget their lunch money, but I don't do that. Like children, sometimes school is the only place a kid gets to eat.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, and I believe all school lunch should be free.
But this goes back to our issue too of let's put the money where it needs to go.
Yeah.
And that's.
Well, back home in Newport News, they made lunch free for all kids this past year.
And they should just keep. It should be wide.
Yeah, in lunch.
Like I get the whole system, the whole free, reduced, whatever, that crap, whatever. But let's. I don't know. The parameters just seem weird to me.
Well, this year we had free lunch too because of the pandemic, so it's been really nice. But what I have watched is like, I guess when my kids were there for hybrid, they didn't really want to eat. I just feel like lunch was different for them. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't believe in withholding anything from kids.
That upsets me. One thing about me is, I'm not a people person, but if there's like a ranking of like stuff I don't play with, like kids.
Yeah, I
don't play that.
I agree.
So if there's something I can help with kids, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I don't like hearing about kids being hungry. I don't like kids being homeless. I don't like kids being like messed with, whatever. So that's one thing that if I can make something of myself eventually, that's kind of the thing I want to get into. Is just helping kids and stuff, whatever.
Yeah, that's my life mission, I think, but I just don't know how. I don't know. I have like some ideas in my head of like, I always used to tell people if I could like get this really, like, this big, huge compound, like, and find people who, like you said, like love kids and want to take care of kids and just take on all of these children that are having like bad experiences in life and like raise them and love them. Yeah. I would do that in a heartbeat. Like if I got really wealthy, I'm just trying to figure out now like what my life plan is for professionally for how I can continue to help kids, but also like I don't know, help educators want to help kids because sometimes people don't know how to teach and care for people that come from different backgrounds and experiences them. Not that they don't want to, but like if you have never, like my mom integrated schools in Beaumont, Texas, and she was like, the only white people we had ever seen were teachers. There were no indigenous people there. There were no people, like, it was just black kids. Yeah. So, like, if you've never seen anything else or done anything else, you don't necessarily know how to connect with people. And that doesn't mean that there are some people who don't want to, but there are some people who just don't know how. And so, like, how do I blend the two?
But, I know that eventually you're always working to get to that point. And I know you will. And I'm excited to see how you do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
How are you feeling about this 19 crimes? Are you feeling
So
felonious?
I was just about to. Huh? You say felonious? Like a felon?
19 crimes. Get it?
I hate you so much. So much. What? No, I'm not feeling felonious. Oh my God. I feel it's good. I was just about to, tell you that here on Clueless, Vino, we like to rank our wines. That's down there in the background. And we like give a ranking of like 1 to 5 glasses. So we're gonna do that now. Man.
Okay. We're starting with Karen.
We are starting with Karen.
Of course, we can't leave her out.
Can't leave her out. So that's for the manager. So Karen, and I feel bad for Karen Birmingham because she sounds like a nice lady and her wine was delicious. But it's just funny to talk about Karen.
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny to talk about Karens whose names are Karen.
And Brad.
And Brad. We decided that the male version of Karen is Brad.
Yeah.
We have decided that.
We are really in there.
And I feel bad for Brads, kinda like good ones.
Yeah, good Brads.
Yeah, good Brads are cool, but like Brads.
Brads.
Yeah, Brads. Nah. No. We don't like Brads. So Karen Birmingham, the Pinot Grigio from Clarksburg, California, 2018. The Pinot Grigio, man, 12% alcohol. What did you think? What would you give 1 out of 5?
Okay, I love a Pinot. I'm liking it. It's crisp. I'm thinking a solid 3.
Solid 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking like 3.5. Similar to the one last week. It's really good, man. I was actually not surprised, but I was pleasantly surprised at how crisp it was.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to be careful when you have a twist off.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Because it kind of sets you up for like. Because when you think twist off, you're thinking like
barefoot.
Exactly. And no disrespect to barefoot, I mean, because they have carried us for years.
Yeah, I've consumed a lot of barefoot.
Come on, but like at some point you're like, all right, knock it off.
Yeah,
sure. So, but this is really good. I like I said, very crisp. I could definitely see myself having a nice. Oh, when spring come around in a couple weeks, what? Come on, man. Glass
good
outside.
With some like fish, some scallops.
That's what I'm saying, man. Scallops weren't so expensive.
They really are.
Oh my god. That's why I miss going home sometimes. Because like,
I really miss some good seafood.
Got a lot of fishing buddies. Like, hey man, he just like snack.
They can get you some scallops.
They can give me a lot of stuff. They can give you some stuff.
You got the plug for the scallops.
You know what I'm saying? They call me Pusha T.
Okay.
Actually, they call me Pusha C. Food. I'm not editing that out. 19 Crimes.
I'm giving that a solid 5.
Wow.
Solid 5. Because
right
I told you never know how much in this cup.
Right.
So you just don't know what I'm doing over here.
Yeah. Dangerous.
Solid 5.
You are dangerous.
That's dangerous.
This is dangerous. I'm not gonna lie, because again, the smell would have told me this was gonna be harsh in one of the ones where like one glass, leave it alone. If I didn't have a fridge full of like beer and seltzers downstairs, I would crush this tonight.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still a possibility.
Yeah. I mean, remember, that 0.1% is where it's going.
That's what I'm saying. The 0.1.
And see, I like a really nice dry, just deep red. And so for me, drinking something like this is like, I don't know, it's like having a little something lighter, something more pleasant, you know. I like the bold reds, but this is easy to drink. So it would be something I would drink if maybe I was pre-gaming or something. Because that's the age I'm at now. I pre-game with wine.
I'd give this a 4, man. I'm really liking this. Again, not a pure red, so I'm still on the search for that. But as far as just like something delicious to drink that's red, I'm actually loving this. The subtlety, man. I can't get around that subtlety.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't taste like this.
See, Snoop Dogg, he knows what he's doing.
He's the coolest guy in the world, man. I don't get it. I don't understand.
187.
On a mother cup. Or a mother cup. Why? Again! I'm unstoppable! Oh, man. Let me see. Let me run off some of these quick chunks. And what up, Doc? Let's see. Doc McStuffins.
She's new. She's also popping.
Dr. Doolittle.
Okay, he's a weirdo.
Let's see. Doc Ock from Spider-Man. Let's see. Dr. Kevorkian.
Oh.
Let's see.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yep, there we go. Let's see.
Dr. Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein, good one. What's the dude from? What were you about to say?
Dr. Miami.
I mean, if you want to get your body done, just go to him. Apparently, he does it, man.
I don't know why that came into my head.
I don't either. What's the dude? Dr. Dreamy.
McSteamy.
Yeah. So whatever his name is. Somebody told me the other day that it was actually a meme, and it was like, basically, I don't understand how people can now like anime but watch 15 seasons of Hospital Doctors or whatever.
Sure.
And I'm like, yeah.
I don't watch it.
That show was horrible.
I don't watch it. It's too emotional for me, and I'm an empath, and so feeling all those feelings is just too stressful for me.
Yeah, no, that's not for me. Let's see. Do I have any more?
No, I can't think of any good ones.
Usually I have like a bunch.
Well, you have a lifetime to tell them to.
Oh, Dr. Zhivago. Yeah.
Who was that?
I don't know. I
Okay.
think I made that up. But you know, I do want to thank you, man.
I'm just so honored to be here.
So listen, I think you broke a lot of barriers today. First of all, you're the first person on here with a PhD.
Thank
So
you.
let's round of applause for that. Round of applause for that. You were also the first person to break one of my chairs.
Yeah.
And the thing is, before we started recording this, you had said, "What if I break one of these chairs?" And I was just thinking like, "Ah, no way." And look at you, man. When there's a will, there's a broken chair.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's okay though. That's okay. Those chairs are old, and
Okay.
I do need better chairs. I probably need a better table at some point, better setup. But it's
You could. It's gonna be great.
we'll eventually work out the kinks or whatever.
Yeah.
But Alex, I do want to say thank you, man, for coming on. I love talking education with you because that's one of the things where I am super interested in because I think you hear it all the time. Kids are our future, but like I really believe that.
I do too.
Because like if we can mold these kids to be better than the shitbags that came before us, it'd be a lot better on us later down the line.
Straight up.
So I do appreciate you being able to just
Big
talk.
facts, as the kids say.
They do say that. I also say that. So
Okay.
they'll probably stop saying it.
No cap.
They do say that as well. I don't understand it. I say no fedora because I'm older. Yeah. Yeah. But I do appreciate you coming on and talking with us about that and just kicking it with you, man. Because 14 years.
Yeah, 14 years.
14 years of that blood contract that won't go away.
Well, I mean, I told you. See, I foresee things. I knew I was gonna break the chair. I knew we would be friends.
You did.
I also
you're
said
2 for 2.
you're gonna blow up.
So listen, if you can go 3 for 3, that'd be. Hey, listen, man.
I don't do math, but that sounds good.
Oh my God, aren't you mad that like when teachers and like back when we were in school, like, oh, you have to show your work. You won't have a calculator all the time.
Literally.
Yeah, it's literally on my phone every day of my life.
Yeah, and I have not used Algebra 2.
Bro, I am really mad about that. You don't understand how mad I get about that every other week. I'm like, they told me I would not have a calculator.
Right.
But I got one everywhere.
Everywhere.
Sickos, man. Absolute sickos. So if you want to, any plugs you got, any thing you want to talk about before we head out, any social media, anything you want to do.
Oh, wow, this is like so cool.
What? Get your stuff off, man.
Okay. I don't think I have anything to plug because like I'm not cool like y'all. I'm not popping on the social media or anything like that.
I'm not either. I don't know why you consider.
But if you're interested in finding out more about my journey in education and all the things I'm gonna do, you can follow my professional Twitter, which is BA_Lopes16, and that's where I'm talking about all things equity and everything like that. If you want to see me in real life, what is my Instagram name?
What? Oh my God! But you know what though? You have so many different names where it is kind of difficult to figure out what it is.
Okay, so it's BEELO16, like below.
Like below.
Yeah, below.
But without the W and the extra E.
Correct. So you can follow me there. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think I would ever tell anyone to follow me. Because actually I try to get rid of followers. Like, you don't even talk to me, so why are you trying to be in my business?
Yeah.
But my professional Twitter is different because that's all about networking.
Yeah, which is, it's always good. I'm struggling now to think if I should like start like a separate Instagram for this. I hate having to build like the thing back up.
I know. I run my school's Instagram, my school's Twitter, my personal stuff, and my professional stuff. It's a lot.
That's so much, man. But yeah. You can find me. Like I said, last week I changed my Instagram to Clueless Vino.
Yes. What a great name.
And I would love to like tell you all the rest of them, but I'm just gonna put them in the description because they're so long.
Can I say what all the YouTubers say? Like and subscribe to my channel. If you like this, leave it in the comments below.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Like they do say that, and I feel like I should say that more often.
Okay, say it.
No, I'm not saying it. You already said it for me. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe. Follow me, and don't forget, drink up.
Also, don't forget.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's fitting.
You have something else to say? Like, go ahead.
I forgot to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of my favorite quotes right now is if it's. I'm laughing because you're gonna see the irony in it.
Okay.
It's by Shirley Chisholm, and it says.
You can't get it out. You're dying.
I'm
laughing.
gonna read it.
Okay.
If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair.
Well, that's not. No, they shouldn't bring a folding chair because you'll just break it.
Okay, like and subscribe to his channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Now I'm totally thrown off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I do want to say again one more time, I do appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
And you know, I have a sneaky suspicion that when I have you on again, you'll have other things to celebrate.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're putting that energy out in the world.
Good energy.
Great energy.
It's out there.
Spirit energy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Demon energy.
All vibes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Seriously. Drink up.